Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins. Welcome back, everybody, from around the world with this Monday night special radio show, broadcasting live. There's some rain going on right now, right here on the Big Island of Hawaii, but we wanted to open up the lines to get more insight from the people, the public. The most important people in regards to the UFO information is you, the people. So thank you for joining us right now, and we have a lot of callers calling in right now, right here at Third Phase Moon, and the number to call in. If you have a UFO sighting you want to report this Monday night, the number is 347-934-0378. That's 347-934-0378. We're going to be going to the lines. There's a lot of activity going on over the skies right now. So much videos we've been going over, and we've been uploading them to Third Phase Moon on our YouTube channel this whole week. It's been coming in. So stay tuned every day to Third Phase Moon, because we're breaking it news. We're breaking the news as it comes in real time. So you just never know when the next UFO sightings are going to come in. So be sure to subscribe, because you get the updates as we upload them to Third Phase Moon. Now let's get to the callers. We got a caller in right now that's wanted to speak to Third Phase Moon. So here he is, area code 925. You there?
I'm here.
All right. Hey, welcome to the show. You called in a little early. I wanted to make sure that we had a clean line. I haven't got your name yet, or even I have no idea what your story is going to be tonight, but appreciate you calling in this Monday. What's your name, sir?
My name is Mike.
All right, Mike. Where are you calling in from?
California.
All right, Mike. All right. Well, it's Monday. You're our first caller, and you got a UFO sighting you want to share with the world tonight?
Yeah. I'm ex-military, and I've been involved with a downing of a UFO. I can't really go into too much detail with it, but I have been involved with a downing of a UFO. And then I'll just leave that there. But my daughter, got another thing. My daughter, I told her about this, and she kind of looked at me like, yeah, right. So, she wasn't really much of a believer of UFOs because she's never seen one. So she called me about a month ago, and she was just totally ecstatic. And said, Dad, I got something amazing to tell you. And I said, what? And she said, well, I captured a UFO on camera. And I said, well, see, I told you they're real, and I just couldn't believe it until I saw it. But she's got some pictures. I told her that I would like to send them in to you. She got them on a camera from the phone. They're a little bit kind of blurry, but I said, well, I don't know if Blake can clean them up for you or not, but they're really cool looking. It's a circular disc, but you can see through the center of it, almost like a donut. And you can see there's I don't know if they're like windows that are on the bottom of it. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they are some really neat pictures that she's gotten. But yeah, she wasn't a believer at one time.
Well, wow, I'm going to get back to your first statement before I get to your daughter's pictures, because she can send that to us anytime. I'm going to give you the information shortly. But, wow, you said earlier that you were involved with a downed UFO, a downed disc of some sort. Can you go into more detail on that? What do you mean? I know you sound like you didn't want to get into it, but I want to get into it. Can you give us a little bit more detail? Thank you, sir.
Well, okay, I'm ex-military, and I just it was about I say it was 1986, and we went. I was out doing my military things, and then we got called. We were told to suit up, grab our weapons, and then they handed us ammo. And I'm kind of like, everybody's looking at you like, what's going on here? Why? why are they giving us live ammo? So anyway, we took it, and we started headed out to the helipad. And we went, got on the choppers and headed out to somewhere. And they just told us that when we landed, we had a briefing, and they told us that we had to. We're going to be set in different spots on the road, and we're going to be setting up roadblocks. I said, okay. So they gave us a password. Nobody can come through unless they have this password. They said nobody can get through here unless they know the password. Nobody. So I said, okay. So we're set up with a guy with a 60 and a couple other guys with a rocket launcher and stuff like that on the road. And we're just kind of like, what is going on? And so then we have these big old vehicles that came in. They're like flatbeds. And, they gave us the password, let them through. And they're setting up lights around there's like a bin. This is out in the woods here. And so we, we're just wondering what's going on because we didn't know. They didn't tell us anything yet. And so we had a vehicle pull up, and he didn't give us the right password, and we had to tell him to turn around. Well, this is
Excuse me. Everybody's asking on the flash chat. This was years ago, so I'm sure we're pretty safe. I'm sure we've done a lot of broadcasting on Third Phase Moon from people within the military, whistleblowing, pretty sensitive information. But I'm sure we could get away with a few of my questions, and you could answer them for me, I'm hoping. And first one, and I don't want to interrupt, but everybody's asking about what's the password?
Oh, no. That would give it away right there. I couldn't
Can't
tell
do
you
it.
the password. That would give it away.
All right, I got you. How about this question? Could you at least tell us what branch of the military you were part of?
I was in the Army.
All right. Okay, great. Go on with your story. Appreciate it. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. So another vehicle pulls up. He's a high-ranking officer, and of course, he didn't get the password, and we wouldn't let him go through. And this is a high-ranking officer here. But we were told, he's got to go and go get the password and come back. So later, probably I'd say about 6 hours later, we're just, watching the road still. And then the truck started coming back. But now they've got something on it. And I'm going, okay, what have they got on these flatbeds that just came out from the woods? So, because we still don't know what's going on. And, they've got covers over it. But I guess one of them wasn't tied as well as it should have been. And it was, flapping. And what I saw, oh man, it's nuts.
What did you see? What did you witness? What was on the back of that truck?
Okay. What I saw was, it was now these are in different parts. It looks like there was probably there was 4 trucks and there was 4 pieces on it. So from what it was, I think it was the last truck, and it was flapping. And what I saw was there was, like if there was a cover and there was a bulge, well, there was nothing there. It was almost like invisible. But then there was another part that was half of it, and then it looked like it almost looked like liquid metal. And it just looked like liquid, but the other half of it was not there. And I'm going, what in the heck is going on here? I don't believe what I'm seeing here. And so then I stopped the truck. I waved them down, and then I told them, that this needs to get tied up back here. So then they went back there and tied it up. So we had a briefing later, and they said that, of course, we're not able to talk about this, and I said, okay, we're not supposed to talk about it, but this is really hard to, bite your tongue on. So, and that's about it. That's all, I can say on that.
Sure. Wow. That's at least you know that there's something that the military has that it seems extraterrestrial in your opinion, right? Right.
From far as I could tell. I mean, I didn't get to see all of it. I just got to see a part of it.
You said it was down. What do you mean it was down? Do you think they shot it down?
I'm not sure. Could it possibly crashed on its own, or could it hit it? Just it was all we were told is there was something down, and that was it. So that's all we had information when we first got it. Something was down, and that was it.
All right.
So we didn't know if it was an airliner, or it could have been a plane. We didn't know.
All right. So what about so they had bazookas there. Could you tell us exactly the location and the approximate date?
Well, see, that's the thing. I couldn't get. There was no location because they got us in Chinooks. I don't know if you know what a Chinook is.
Yeah, Chinook helicopter. Yeah, definitely. So they flew you out from a Chinook. What military base did you leave from?
It was from Washington State.
How long was the flight to the location, the undisclosed? It sounds like location. So was this at night when this event happened?
Yeah, it was probably. I'd say it lasted about. Maybe about 2 hours. But we had to be dropped off in some kind of huge field.
When did this take place? Approximately what date?
1986. I know it was probably around, give or take, maybe around spring, I think.
All right. So after this, years have passed. Have you ever spoken with any of your fellow friends, soldiers?
No,
about the
no, I haven't. No, I haven't kept any contact with them.
What about moments after, like minutes, within a day or so after this? Any small talk? Like, do you believe what we just saw?
No, nobody wanted to talk about it. They more or less wanted to just forget what we went through. We couldn't, didn't want to talk to our families, nothing. It was more, just be hush hush.
Yeah, there's intimidation, obviously, and it is
right.
A national security event in its own sense. Describe this liquid metal. What do you mean? Was it moving around? Did it seem like there was some motion to whatever this craft you're looking at?
Yeah, if you imagine like Jell-O in a bowl, and say if you move it around and you can see it wiggling and stuff, but just imagine it being like a shiny type. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. It was a metal liquefied. That's the only way I can describe it.
All right. Wow. Okay. So now your daughter's got some photographs that she wants to share with us right here at Third Phase Moon. And the best way to do it is a lot of the times, if you got a video or a photograph, just upload it on YouTube. There's a slideshow feature. There's video, and then copy paste that link and send it to my email. And my email is on my about page, and I post it on every single description of my video. So my email's out there, and just copy paste that link and make sure that you head it UFO and Third Phase of Moon. Take a look at this, and definitely we'll take a look at. We take a look at everything that comes in. So, wow,
Right.
This is quite amazing.
Yes.
A great first caller. One last question before I let you go. What would it give anything away about revealing the password now?
Well, I mean, yeah, because of course they have that on record. They have all that on record. You know, I don't. You know, there was lots of guys on the roads, different roads, but you know, I just don't want to. You know, this is something that I can't tell you.
You know, I absolutely understand this because we've had some people. There was a gentleman his name was Fred, and he passed away last month, and he was breaking a lot of information out. And there was other people that were doing the same thing after they heard Fred's story. And Fred was talking about a password, and he wanted to know if some of the sources that were calling into Third Phase knew the password. He wasn't giving me the password, but he wanted to talk with the people and discuss this password. So it's quite interesting. After Fred passed away that you're bringing up the password, and I've never spoken with anybody about this password situation. So I totally understand why you don't want to give it up, but I do understand that you did call into Third Phase Moon and you wanted to get something out to the world, and I think you did tonight, sir. So I really appreciate your call in and get your daughter to send her pictures.
Too is these naysayers that say, well, they which really makes me upset when they call up and they kind of make fun of your show and you know, make stupid remarks and stuff like that, and you know, and the naysayers that say, well, there's no such thing. I guarantee you there's such thing. So, you know, if anybody's listening, there are such things. There's, you know, if you don't believe it because you don't see it, well, that's, you know, you know, one of these days you're going to walk out and you're going to see one, and then you're going to say, whoa, you know, there is such a thing. Like my daughter, you know, she had no idea. She didn't think there was no such thing. And then there it was right in front of her face, and she's got pictures of it. And she's just totally wiped out on it.
Wow. We look forward to seeing those photographs. And what's your daughter's name?
Her name is Jackie.
Right. Have Jackie contact us. Jasmine or Jackie?
No, Jackie.
All right, Jackie. All right, have your daughter Jackie call in, and that's going to – or not call in, or just submit those photos. Upload it to YouTube or send it to our Facebook. Our Facebook's always a good place, and all the links are on our YouTube page. Appreciate the call in, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you got this information. I'm sure it took a lot of guts, and it wasn't easy. And you might feel a little better about yourself that you told the world about something tonight on Third Phase.
Yeah, well, there's some things that are going to be happening here real soon anyway. You know, with this Planet X, I've got some really fantastic pictures of. You know, I've got pictures you can't believe. Your jaw would drop. So, where I've got pictures of the sun shooting out lightning bolts. Actually, it's on Scott, the Nibiru channel. I sent it to him, and he said when he saw that picture, his jaw dropped on the ground.
Trust me. I've seen a lot, and it'd take a lot to make my jaw drop to the ground. But hey, man, send those photos over. We'd sure like to see it. I thank the caller for sharing his story to the world. Right now, we got a lot of callers building up. We're going to get to as many as we can. Stand by, everybody. This is Third Phase Moon Monday night special, and it's live, and it is unfiltered. We don't screen calls here, people. We'll be right back. Third Phase of Moon. Here we go. We are live and we are broadcasting. And we got some koki behind us. That's some koki right here in Hawaii. That little chirping sound you have. They're not birds. They're actually little tiny frogs, thousands of them surrounding and invading the big island of Hawaii. But they're cool. They're cool. I like the sounds of the little koki. Welcome back, everybody. This is Third Phase Moon taking the calls from the public. And it is live, and we got a lot of callers calling in. So let's bring them in. Area code 760. Thanks for waiting. You're live, Third Phase of Moon.
You talking to me?
Yep,
Blake?
talking to you, sir. Yep, how you doing?
Oh, I got a hold of you guys. Oh, my God. I'm a little nervous here because, let me get you off speakerphone. A little nervous because I've been dealing with something for a few years here that has kind of become my life. And there's definitely something going on, and I can tell you what's up there in the sky in some of the videos I saw today. I'm a little nervous at even talking about this stuff.
All right, man. Hey, no problem. Relax. It's okay. You're in a place where there's no ridicule or what have you. We just we got questions, but we basically think when you call into Third Phase Moon, man, you sound like you want to share something. So, have you witnessed something that you want to share tonight? Appreciate the call in. What's your name?
Yeah, well, my name is Steve. I don't really want to give my name, but it's Steve, and I've been dealing with something that's kind of taken over my life for 3 years, and it involves what is being videotaped in the sky. And it's hard to really talk about. It really is hard to talk about because there's so much to it. But there is definitely something living, I believe it's technologically advanced, it's some sort of technology, or it's HARP. But if it was HARP, it's doing physical things to me, which I can't explain as a technology unless it's so far advanced we can't even fathom it. It took me a long time to even figure out what was going on. And gosh, it's so hard to even describe what's going on, but there's definitely something real up in the skies. And it's kind of like, you've seen the circles around the earth that have been popping up and like the lines in China and things like that. They're all interconnected with this. And I'm worried as to what's going on and whether it's taking over and like kind of growing across the planet like a fungus, or if it is some technology that's kind of, like a HARP thing. So I'm not really sure. And so I got my wife here. She's been dealing with it too. So it's kind of taking over the lives for a little bit.
Well, there is this phenomenon, people that are sensitive, and there's possibly HARP frequencies being broadcast, put out there around the world, and some people feel it more than others. And it changes your thought process, your way of life, and sometimes it's hard to combat these kind of frequencies if you're sensitive. So I got a feeling this caller might be feeling these frequencies, possibly. There are experiments going on all around the world right now, all the time. And there's these frequencies being put out there, and there are subjects like the caller right now possibly experiencing this. What do you say?
Yes, something's going on. I mean, if I go outside right now, all the clouds will start to form a ring around the perimeter, kind of around me, engulfing me almost in like a dome-like thing, and it goes up, and it kind of it'll start to enclose me. And then these orbs, giant orbs, start to fill in the voids, and these figure eights start, filling in around it, and it starts to spiral upwards. And I start to get freaked out if I let it go too far, because I don't know what's going to happen, but a lot of images start coming to me, and I start seeing things in the sky, and other people see this. I've tested it, like, am I going crazy? And I'm able to film it. I'm able to, it physically is affecting me in the fact that it's changed my tattoos. And I can look at my arm and make my tattoos move physically, and this is also something that can be witnessed and videotaped. And it's really, I'm a little like, talking about it's really hard. It's feeling like affected my life, and I'm nervous. Sorry. Oh, man, it's hard to talk about.
Wow. Shoot, this is, it can be sometimes traumatic, experiencing things you can't explain. Did you just say that your tattoos move around, and they're doing things that we can't explain. You can capture this stuff on videotape, like, and these orbs are falling around. You got to get this stuff on video, man. We got to capture this stuff.
Yeah. I've got so much videotape footage and photographs of this. It's ridiculous, to the point that when this first started, cameras only take so many photographs, and I was able to take like 10,000 photographs in by phone, and then it would go back to regular. But my phone would start charging on its own, and very bizarre stuff. But like I said, I thought I was going crazy, so I started asking people to witness it, and everyone concurred. They're seeing the stuff, and I can go outside right now and pretty much make the clouds, do what I want them to do. As far as I can go out there and have them do kind of what I want them to do. They have a pattern they want me to form, and so I can't go too far out of what they want me to do with it. But I can make the clouds move left and right. I can make these orbs move left and right, and there is something being built above us. Something is definitely in the skies. People are talking about it looks like a machine in the sky, and that video you saw today is also in my skin. So that thing you see that's like the oval, like in the sky, that's part of this thing, and it actually has infected me and some other people I know. And I'm not sure what this is exactly. I've got a pretty good idea, but I'm scared to even say or think this. So it's pretty. What I'm dealing with is so big. It's either I'm completely freaking nuts, or it's the biggest thing this history the planet's ever seen. And it goes back to Egyptian times and the Anunnaki and things like that I didn't know about. But this entity that is doing this to me has shown me this. And I think I need to catch my breath, man, because it's really hard to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I can understand. You got a lot of stuff going on. It sounds like, obviously. What it sounds like what you need to do is basically relax, take a step back, upload some of these videos. You can always share them on our flash chat every time we do this radio show. People want to see your stuff, man. People want to see the evidence, and that's what it's all about. Open up a YouTube channel. Share your evidence. Do what you got to do. Contact Third Phase Moon. We want to see what you got and invite you back, especially when you got video or something that we could look at.
I've got so much. It's ridiculous. All right.
Hey, be safe, but yeah, start with the best stuff. And trickle your way down, because I got a feeling things are up with this person. I hope he's okay. I hope he's going to be all right. All right, he just dropped out, or he just I don't know what happened to him, but he's gone, just like that. We're gonna go to area code 310. You're live. We're in Los Angeles. You there? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't have a story. I'm just listening. Very interesting on topic.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go to another caller. Area code 415. You there? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Blake? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. So far, that first caller was pretty amazing. Sounded like he had some good information. And then the second caller, there's a lot of people out there emotional with some of the stress they're dealing with. What do you think about that?
I heard the emotion in his voice. It's a little trippy to hear. Would love to see the video, and like you said, so we could see it.
Absolutely. Let's go to the area code 310 guy that called in. What do you think about the last caller and his emotional state?
Yeah, obviously he's been traumatized by something. I would definitely be interested in seeing some pictures or something to substantiate it. I do believe that these things could happen, but it's always good to see something to substantiate, the claims, so that you can be more validated. But yeah, he's obviously was shaken up by something.
Hey, man. Hey, thanks for chiming in and listening in. Man, it's well said. Well said. I might go back to you some more. Let's see. Let's bring in some other callers. They've been waiting around for a while. Area code 317. We're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Blake. Just listening in.
All right. I got to get your opinion, though. What do you think of the last caller? Yep.
He seemed like he's witnessing something, and it's gotten pretty emotional. So I'm curious to see what he is filming.
Absolutely. I hope he reaches out to us on Third Phase of Moon and share his stuff. He says he has thousands of photographs and videos. Come on. Let's see that stuff. Sounds like he's got something he wants to share. I hope, because he shared something on Third Phase of Moon tonight. Wow. And so did that first caller. Wow. Insider. Dealing with a downed military, alien spacecraft. Downed alien spacecraft. The Army brought bazookas. They needed Army soldiers flown in from Washington aboard Chinook helicopters to this undisclosed location. And there's this password that we didn't get. But I understand there are some secrets that we're not ever going to get to, but possibly we'll get to most of them. Maybe that password one of these days. The key to all the answers. Okay, let's bring in area code 713. You're live, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Interesting story. The first one was quite amazing. My question to you is, how many experiences have you had as far as UFO experiences? Multiple times in your life?
Hey, thanks for the question. I've stated my UFO sightings quite a bit on Third Phase of Moon. I'm not going to bore everybody to death with my UFO sightings that I've had over the years. And it wouldn't be that boring, actually. They're quite actually exciting and life-changing for people that were with me during these UFO events. And I'd say they were massive. So I would probably say over a dozen times in my life, including here on the Big Island. Well, over a dozen in my life. And they were all spotted in different places throughout my life. I think about 3 or 4 on Oahu of Hawaii. And then we moved to the Big Island of Hawaii. We had about another 4 or 5 over here. And then we had a few over there in California while we visited back and forth as a young teenager. So, yeah, lots of UFO experiences in my life, and I'm glad to have them. That's why I have a common bond with people that share their UFO sightings, because I know sometimes it's what they mean and what they're talking about. And there is one strange one that I really, really keep to ourselves. We've said it a couple times, but yeah, when my brother and I have a twin brother, by the way. People think I'm talking to myself when I go, hey, Brent, what do you think? I have a twin brother, and I go to Brent. Anyway, when we're about 3 or 4 years old, and we lived in this little place called Palolo Valley in Oahu, in the back of the valley all by ourselves, wow, we saw something enter our room, and they looked like 3-foot figures with big heads and big gray, big dark eyes, and these guys were wearing jumpsuits. And it was weird. We didn't even know, we didn't know much about aliens when we're 4 years old, but we knew that these little 3-foot guys with jumpsuits and big heads and large black eyes came into our room one night. So there is a bond with people that have had encounters with aliens. I'm not saying they were aliens, but it's weird that I could confirm my brother saw the exact same thing that we saw, that I saw. And maybe maybe it has something to do that we're identical twins and we had the same dream. I'm not sure. All I'm saying is, yeah, besides the UFO encounters, I don't know about the alien encounter. We have seen and filmed UFOs. So thanks. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, well, the reason why I ask is I've had a multiple, and I'm not sure if others have, but it's good to know that you have too. But starting in the 70s, me and my brother actually witnessed a We were just 12 and 13, but my dog was barking in the backyard, and so I ran out, and my dog was barking at this disc. It was a saucer, just about 100, maybe 100 feet high, and so my brother comes out and he looks at the same thing. We're both staring at it, and my dog's barking like crazy. But then, we were so freaked out, we just ran back into the house, and my dog still was barking at it. But then shooting forward to the 80s, me and a buddy of mine went to West Texas, out in the Big Bend, most remote national park in the country, and just desert out there, beautiful desert and mountains. But so we were out there at 1 a.m. driving, and we were driving to the park at that time. And so right there in the desert, there was, we saw, a small figurine, I guess, 3 or 4 foot, and it did have a triangular face, and but it was, to the headlights of our car, and we saw that. We were traveling probably about 80 miles an hour, but when we saw that, both of us got a good look at it. We just didn't want to stop. And then shooting forward to maybe a couple years ago, back in Houston, and I witnessed a sphere, an orange sphere, in my backyard, approximately about 100 feet high in altitude. So it was practically the size of a van, like a Sienna van. But it was, you could see it spot on. And it was being chased by a fighter jet. That we have fighter jets locally here close by. But, that was bizarre. And so, moving forward to, I seen the same type of spheres in this area. I've seen more, 3 times. And then the caller you had talked about liquid metal, and
wow, sounds like the caller just got blocked, or we lost him. I'm not sure if I'm coming in. Let's see. Do you guys still read me? Let's see. Let's bring in another caller. That's too bad. He was about to get into the liquid metal. I like this flying saucer story, though. That was really cool, too. This is a good Monday night radio show. We're going to be doing more Monday night radio shows. Thanks for joining us, everybody, from around the world. All these callers. People want to share their stories, so let's get to it. Area code 413, you there? $413, you there? 413, okay. Gotta go. Gotta give up, make room for lines. People want to call in and share their stories, so let's bring them in. Let's see. 951, you there? Area code 951,
yeah.
You're live.
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Blake. It's my first time calling.
Wow, welcome to the show. What do you think of tonight's show so far? It's Monday, and so far it's quite interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, it's amazing these the first caller and that last caller you just had, and I have an experience similar to theirs, and about
really.
Guy,
wow, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, well, it was me and a friend were out at the foothills of the city, and I don't think many people know this about where we live, but there's what's it called? There's a Lockheed Boeing, the weapons manufacturer developer. They're just like down the road past the old people's homes, and no one really knows. So, and I've seen a couple of things down here at this spot. So, all right. So this night, me and my friend, we were just coming down from the mountain, and we just stopped at the foothills, and we were watching the sky, because out there you can see it. Not in town you can't. So we're out there, and as we're looking towards the mountains, which is south, off to the west, I noticed this triangle formation coming in, and from the south also there came this other triangle formation coming towards it. And so what happened next is like they slowly approached each other, very slowly. It had been at least like somewhere 10 to 20 minutes to where I seen light, streaks of light coming from one side, and then balls of light expanding at the side approaching from the west. And when this happened, my friend was like, kind of like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh, sorry about cussing, but so he was like trying to figure out what's that, and the closest thing I could think of was like, it was a dogfight, two ships fighting in the air. And so I was trying to figure out, all right, what side had it been what? Which side was UFO and which side was U.S. or military? And so obviously from the side exchanging or giving off the streaks of light, I figured, all right, that's probably our guys, military, because they're probably got that fear of UFOs or something, or some foreign invasion that they're not listening to them. And so like that exchange went on for a little bit, no more than a minute, and then that other side, I don't recall them exchanging anything back or seeing anything going off their way towards that side. And so, but one of them got hit, and you can see it stagger its way down. And I didn't see no trail of smoke or anything. You just seen those balls of light, and then you could tell one of them had some sort of errors with it because it was going down. And as we were watching this, we could see and track where it went down. And the last remaining two, they took off back to the west. And so the guys who approached from the south, they came up and they followed them off to the west. But that was a very smart thing of the aliens, just like when you're playing a video game in Call of Duty or Battlefield and enemies coming towards you, and you circle around. And that's exactly what they did. They drove them off, I guess, I don't know how far, but they came back within less than maybe 5 minutes. And then we've seen it searched from the top all the way to the bottom. We could see a light come off of it, and it was scanning from the very peak, and it went down again very slowly because it must have known it had time, because that's how it must have been alien craft and took off or whatever and circled back. So it did this again for like continuing for somewhere 10, 15 minutes. And this is, as you can probably see the image or take in from what I'm telling you, that this is like a long duration of time. And so as it's going down, and it stops certain places, it doesn't find it, but in one area where we saw where the craft downed, we knew that had to been its allies or its partners, because we seen again one light being down, some little speck rise up into it, and then this craft, it rose into the air slowly for about a minute, and then just within a second, you see this great big ball stretches out so fast, so quick, that it's gone in the blink of an eye, and you just see a streak going out into the atmosphere. And that was our first time witnessing a firefight in the air between aliens and military, I think, and also what I think is hyperdrive.
Wow. So basically, what the caller's saying is that over Lockheed Martin and Boeing, there's like a war going on between aliens and our own military. Is this correct, caller?
You would call it a preemptive strike because I don't know. I didn't see no exchange from I didn't see nothing come off from one side. I only saw the streaks of light coming off from the group coming from the south. So, and from where that Lockheed's at, I figured that, all right, from their position south of me, that's got to be
Where was
military
this?
that's coming.
Where was this? What state? What date? Can you give us that information?
This is in California and in Southern California, but I don't want to give the town. It's
why not? El Segundo, somewhere around there. There's a lot of
Nah, it's going out east.
All right. Okay. Well.
All right. So, what else will you want to know about it?
Well, it sounds like you believe that you saw something, that there's a fight above Los Angeles, and this isn't the first time that this has gone down.
Lockheed Martin, not Los Angeles.
Lockheed Martin, yes. Well, it sounds like you saw something crazy. I sure wish you had your video camera rolling, but I appreciate you calling into Third Phase of Moon and sharing your story. That's what it's all about. Well, when did this take place again?
Yeah, I'd have to say it was like I'd have to have been like 2019, I think. And in this exact area, there was I recall seeing this rectangular shape-shifting thing, like it had a little red green light like in the middle, and it like popped up at one point, and it looked like the walls of it expanded, and then, but it seemed like it was aware of us because it was kind of floating down, and you could hear like a little kind of oscillating type of like woo, 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 like very light though. And then another time there was I think they were testing a stealth fighter that they had, because it was a low roar. It was like a hum, but I could tell the distinct figure of a fighter jet, which closely resembles the F-22 Raptor.
Well, it sounds like you got a military background. Do you have a military background, sir?
No, I don't.
All right, man. Well, I only got a few minutes left. I would like to get one last caller, and maybe
go ahead. Thanks for listening, man.
Hey, appreciate the call in. Lots of information coming in. And I just want to get to as many callers as I can. They've been holding on for a long time, and I'm sure glad he got to share his story tonight. And we'll be back, remember, again, this Friday night, taking your calls from around the world in regards to this UFO phenomenon. Let's get to it. Area code's 80804. We got a few minutes left. You there?
So I'm just listening in, man.
All right, no problem. I just okay. Let's see. Let's bring in area code 205. And by the way, Lockheed Martin Aerospace Company is basically in San Jose, California, if anybody needs to know. And I'm sure there's all kinds of UFO activity above that location. Okay, 205. We got a few minutes left. You there?
Yeah. How you doing, Blake?
Hey, pretty good. What do you think of the show tonight?
It's great. I recently had a sighting. It was I'll be quick. I was at
Great. Where? When? Where? What's your name? Go ahead.
Oh, my name's Joe. Sorry. My name's Joe. I live in Alabama. I love your show. I call in a lot. But my entire crew I work with, we all saw just a ball of light appear out of the sky. Like, there's been no rain around here for a while, so there's no clouds in the sky, And coworker actually got it on film. I was meaning for him to Bluetooth it to me so I could hopefully upload it so y'all could see it. But it was pretty amazing. My boss is a bit of a skeptic, but he told me he definitely saw it. It was just a ball of light, and it just kind of stayed stationary in the sky, and then not even 20 seconds later it just disappeared. It wasn't like anything I ever saw before.
Wow. I sure would like to see that video, because that's what's so great about Third Phase Moon is this radio show. And then people have their video along with that. We get to enhance it. We get to give credit where credit's due. back to the original source. That's what it's all about. Bouncing back and forth with the people, you, the public, what it's all about. Let me ask you, what did the people around you think when they saw this?
Oh, well, we couldn't explain it. I mean, I, of course, believe in aliens, and I believe it was a UFO or possibly back-engineered military, who knows. But it was definitely something special because, you can see planes coming from miles away. It seems like, this thing just appeared out of nothing and then disappeared. And it was so short. But they've been popping up lately. Here in the last 2 weeks, I've seen at least 3, and this one was caught on film.
Wow, you know where to send it, man. You know where to send it, and we look forward to seeing it when you got a chance, all right?
All right. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate you having me on the show.
Hey, man, thanks for calling in, and everybody, I'm sure, is looking forward to that video. And we look forward to you, the world, joining us this Friday for more updates in regards to this phenomenon because it's going down. It's going down so fast because everybody's got cameras now, and more people are waking up that there's something happening, and there is a higher power trying to cover this up, and it's being blown wide open. The bubble's popping, people, and their information's coming out. So, and pretty soon, people, pretty soon, if you haven't seen a UFO or you don't believe in aliens, you will. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on our Flash Chat. I want to thank Brandon, Flip It For You, Lisa Walker, Matt Elliott, Mr. Stone, Nanali 11, and Weird Stuff. Everybody who called in tonight, it's been been my pleasure taking your calls. I know there's a lot of emotion that went down tonight, a lot of information. It takes a lot of guts to share your story, so that's why we do this. Blake Cousins, keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. We're not alone. We'll see you again next time.